Hello everyone, a warm welcome to the webinar session. As you know that we are conducting these type of webinars in weekly basis, so it will enhance your busy knowledge. And today in this webinar, we are going to discuss about simplify your petrol pump management business with Busy. Using the Busy software, how we can manage the petrol pump business. So in this webinar, we are going to discuss. So automate your business operations with Busy. Please be active in this session. In between, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask the questions in a question and answer box. So are you facing any problems in managing your petrol pump operations? Don't worry, we have the most powerful solution for you. So there is some challenges of the petrol pump business is in petrol pump there will be big tank. So the tanker fuel that you are purchasing from Indian Oil Corporation or something like Shell or something like HP petrol bunk, that tanker will came into the petrol pump fuel stations. Then after unloading will takes place and that fuel is stored in one specific tank. That tank will be installed in the underground of the petrol bunk. That is usually one tank. And the fuel will comes from that tank to the dispensary machines.
MPD, it means multi-product dispenser.
Maybe you know that what is dispensary machines. It is something like one box, so where 3 to 4 dispensary machines sometime it is having a petrol bunk. In one dispensary machines there will be 2 nozzles, sometime it will be 4 nozzles. Nozzles is some outcome the oil actually. So in each dispensary machine sometime that dispensary machine it will have petrol nozzle and diesel nozzle as well as premium petrol nozzle, right? So these are the setup petrol pumps. So in this MPD and nozzle. So these are the main thing in petrol pump. So here you should have to update the daily prices of the petrols or fuels. That is today it might be 87 rupees, 79 rupees of the diesel cost. Tomorrow 90 rupees. Daily keep on the price will be goes on changes. So in that point of time in Busy, you can have an option to update this price as daily wise, that is date wise. So sometime the petrol price will vary, sometime diesel price will vary. So you should able to manage it. Similarly, some other challenges in petrol pumps, that is something like management of tanks. So there will be, I said that there will be one big tank, petrol tank and diesel tank. It have certain capacity, 1000 liters, 1000 kiloliter and 2000 kl, something like that. So that tank, it contains petrol tank separately and diesel tank separately, and each will have certain capacity. So to manage these tanks is very much difficult in this segment, because end of the day we want to know that how much stock is available in petrol tank and how much stock is available in diesel tank. That reading you has to capture. So in Busy you have a provision to do that. Okay, so next is dip reading. So dispensary machine readings. So dip readings that you want to note down by before starting the employee shift and after ending the employee shift, because in petrol pumps it's a 24/7 service. So their employees will work in 3 shifts actually. So in which employee they have started a shift, in that point of time we has to capture the dip readings, that is dispensary machine reading. That will be dip means dispensary machine reading, that should be captured. And while they ending their shift, then also we need to capture the dip readings. So it is very most important thing, so that is also we can manage. And in petrol pumps there are some other challenges that might be facing, that is called employee informations, and those employees details to be captured by the Busy. And then after you can able to specify the shifts actually, 6 to 2 p.m. shift, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. shift. Likewise shift allocation you can do. Even we have a tracking of fuel in sales, so how much sales they did and what will be the closing collection. So that settlements also we can able to manage, which salesmen have did how much of the sales, how much cash they have collected, how much UPI payment they have collected. That all can be manageable. Even we can have a lubricant and other product sale monitoring. Sometimes some of the bike and two-wheelers, cars, etc., he will asking, sir, I need oil change. So that might be some different, because oil is impact the GST and the petrol or fuel is impacting the VAT actually. But the VAT will be vary from state to state. Here there is no any fixed VAT percentage for entire state. Here it is vary from state to state. So that we can manage lubricant and other product sales also. We have a cash and credit transactions separately because sometimes logistics businessmen and some of other vehicle owners, he will be calling to the petrol pump and he will asking that I sent you the vehicle in your petrol pump, you can put required oil to them, later on I'll be pay for you. So this is called credit management, that is also possible here. So later on if they make the payment, then you can adjust the amount here. So similarly, there are some other feature called handle VAT and GST compliances. We can able to switch from VAT to GST or GST to VAT within one single click. Similarly, for generate the Challan slips, that is also possible. So recording the bank deposits, end of the day, actually night collection you are getting. That night, how many amount that you are collected, that amount morning you went to the bank and deposited into the bank. That is you can manage by here. Okay? So these are the challenges, and some other challenges he might be facing that reporting side. Petrol bunk businesses, the reporting is very important here. Daily stock overview, daily stock report you can overview, and daily day-wise collection summary. How much UPI got collected, how much card collected, how much cash is get collected, and how much 500 notes, 500 currency is get collected. 100 rupees note, how much is collected. 2000, how much is collected. That all the certain things you can able to manage. Similarly, profitability insights you can able to manage. You can get the profitability report, sales analysis also you can do. Outstanding analysis, even you can manage your outstanding analysis here in busy. Now we will see how this thing will be work. Then after, let me explain you something about the best solutions. First we will discuss these things in busy will practically. Company name is Busy Fuel Stations. Here admin user is a super user. We have created one user called admin, he was a super user. Once we logged into the company, then after the busy will open like this. Very first time if you are opening the software, then dashboard will appear. Really this dashboard configuration, it could help you to view entire details of your sales information, entire transaction of your company. That is something like sales, cash balance, bank balance, as well as sales till date, closing stock, everything. It could be visible in one single screen. Is a user configuration. Here we have created three users: admin, cashier, and manager. Admin, he will be the super user. He have all the rights. And second user is cashier. The cashier will have certain limited permission, and he will be the cashier, because you know that petrol bunks, they have one cashier. His work is to collect the collection amount and deposited that into the bank, and to manage all the financial related works. For the cashier, I was created like this. Similarly for manager, his role was to managing entire things in the petrol or fuel stations. We have created another user called manager. These are the three users. So apart from user creation, the next is we can create the items. So these are the items that we have created here: diesel, petrol. Diesel and petrol is the product, and servo oil 1 liter, servo oil 2 liter. These are the some other oil items. These will be the fuels. If you open this diesel or petrol items internally, you can see this alias name. It's a code, actually nozzle code. I said that earlier. What is nozzle? So nozzle is something like it's connected from that is dispensary machine to the customer vehicle, because that is one type of nozzle. Dispensary nozzle will be there, no? So that is called nozzle. So here the nozzle is 2. That is identification code, nozzle number 2. MPD is 1. In the same diesel itself, we have using this multiple alias option to manage the multiple fuel tanks. That is something like in diesel itself, nozzle 2 MPD 2 is there, and the nozzle 2 MPD 3 is also there. These are the three nozzles. So we have created like this. Similarly for petrol also, petrol is the fuel, and in petrol that will be available in different nozzles: NZ1, MPD1, and similarly you can see the multiple alias. In this you can see the NZ1, MPD2, NZ1, MPD3. All right. And this unit, we mentioned that the primary unit is liters and the secondary unit is KL. Okay. Liter per KL is 1000. This will be the conversion factor. Apart from this, in fuel items, I said that the VAT will be going to calculate. So that is the reason we mentioned that tax category will be VAT 19.4. The 19.4 percentage, it's not fixed for all the state. It should be vary state by state. And even you can see the default material center for the petrol. The petrol will be available in petrol tank. So that is why we mentioned here default material center feature to manage the petrol tank reading. So this will be the item setup. After this, you can see this GST items. Servo oil 1 liter. This should be comes under the group of oil. The primary unit will be bottle and the secondary unit is liter. All right. Secondary unit is liters, and one bottle it contains 1 liters. One bottle is equal to 1 liters, and the opening stock is 100. This will be the GST percentage, 18%, and here you can the HSN codes. This should be the servo oil item. So this will be the item setup. So next we move to next point. Apart from this, next we will see the employee master. There will be 2 employees. One is Kuntal and another is Suraj. These are the 2 employees. All right. So here you can, if you want to add any new employee name, you can add it like this. So this will be the employee name creation. Next, you can see the step number 1 here. Step number 1, that is something like master creation. You can go to master and modify the master. Sometimes the prices keep on changing. Today it's 87 rupees. Tomorrow it might be 89 rupees for the diesel rate. You can change the date-wise pricing in the item master. If you open the diesel item, this item, when you press save button, so that point of time you are getting this screen. Here you should mention the today's price. So if the prices vary, then you can specify that price, 88 rupees. So this will be the date-wise price updation option for the items. All right. So this is the first master price setup. And then after you can, if you bought some oil from the Indian Oil Corporation, then you should enter the entry like this: stock in entry, this inward entry, specify the voucher number. Then after you can select the party, that is Indian Oil Corporation Limited. Select the fuel names, petrol. First you can select petrol and how much quantity that you have purchased, 1500 liters. Either you can put the unit as liters or you can put it as kiloliter. So then if you selected the unit as kiloliter, then the price is coming automatically. This much is the amount. All right. If you need to change the value, you can change it by here. For 1 kiloliter, it is, for example, 10,000 rupees. The final value becomes this much. Similar way, you can select the diesel, the another fuel. Then you can specify the quantity, 1000 kiloliters, and the value becomes this much. So the authorized dealer, he will getting some commission on the fuel. That commission amount you can mention here: 10% commission, 20% commission, whatever that is. That commission percentage you should mention here. All right. Thus the commission amount, if you mention here, then automatically the value will be get reduced. As you can see here, the value will be get reduced. This should be the commission entry. Once it is done, we will apply the VAT actually. So this VAT we will apply. Now we will save this. This will be the inward entry. So now we have changed this much of item. If you wants to modify, then you can go once again in that entry, then you can modify it. So this is how the purchase inward entry will be do. Next thing we will see, that is dip reading entry. So dispensary reading entry to petrol pumps or fuel stations. They are always daily once they are taking this dip reading. Dip reading, why it is necessary? Because sometimes the fuel, whatever the fuel that you have bought from the Indian Oil Corporation, that you dumped into the fuel tank directly, that stored into the fuel tank. Sometimes there may be some wastage or some that quantity it can't match actually. After analyzing, after checking this dip reading, sometimes the software will give you one figure and the dip reading will give you some other value. You can't match. To match this dip reading along with the software reading, you should have to enter this dip reading entry. Dip reading entry will come like this. Suppose for example, petrol dip reading, if you did that scale, you come to know that how much fuel that you have in your petrol tank. Or now let me show you how to do that. So you can select the petrol or diesel fuel. Then you can see the value here, book stock quantity. Now currently the software is showing that 27,44,000 3 liters. So now let me use some value by here. By calculate the value 003. minus, let me reduce 10 liter of fuel. You can get this value. Let me press enter. Then that value should becomes automatically in this field. You can see the value 27,43,993. This should be the value. Minus 10 liter. 10 liter has been reduced. So let me save this entry. Already saved. Fine. Now come back and you can see the DSR report. You can say petrol. Let me select, and date range wise you can see the report. On this date, the opening stock will be, opening liters is 0 and inward liters will be 1 lakh liters. Out will be 0, closing will be this much. Similarly, 30th 8 DSR report is 27 lakh 49,005 and closing is 27 lakh 44,003. This is the DSR report. After entering that dip reading entry, then automatically DSR report, it can show you the current closing stock accurately. So here you can able to see the DSR report. Now let me show you the next process, that is shift start entry. So now let me tell you an example. So morning, very first shift started from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. The employee will came and he will be very first, he was note down the reading. If that reading opening that you can say opening reading, then he can report that into the cashier. Then cashier will enter this shift start entry. One. Now, if you want to switch from another user called cashier, you just switch to cashier user like this and enter the shift start entry, because this thing will be do by the cashier. That is why we logged into the cashier user. Then we will enter this entry. Cashier name is Sunil. The employee name is Arun, and Arun will note down the reading now. So select the petrol, and petrol that machine reading is example 10,000. And diesel machine reading is 20,000. This is the opening reading. Just have to enter the opening reading, then you save it. When a software can ask you to enter the time, that is a shift started time 6 a.m. The out time is 2 p.m. Shift will be first shift. This is by the shift. This voucher. This is how the shift start entry we has to enter. And after you can see the shift wise pending report. By date wise or by voucher wise, we can able to see in this report. You come to know that which employee was started to work and what will be their shift timing, very first shift or second shift, which MPD he was working, opening reading of that MPD. That you can able to see the report, what will be the shift timing, what will be the opening reading, everything. That report is available. Then after, once the staff has completed their duty, that is till 2 p.m. then he will be reported their reporting cashier. He's saying that, sir, my shift was completed, has collected this much of amount. Then we need to enter the shift close entry. The shift ending, you just have to press this option, that is shift closing, this one, and select the fuel option. In this, you can select the cashier name, the employee, and you can press the F11 button, and you has to select the number, the last entry that I selected. Automatically the petrol and diesel item will be appear. If I press enter button here, you can see here petrol. If I press the enter button, the closing reading it is asking. When I started my shift, the opening reading was 10,000, current reading was 15,000. Assume that the current reading was 15,000. Sometime there may be some fuel was lost due to some testing or something like that. You can specify the testing fuel, 5 liters, thing like that. You can specify that value. Automatically the final quantity will be comes like this, 1995. The formula what we applied here, that is opening reading is 20,000, closing reading is 25,000. It means 25,000 minus 20,000 minus testing quantity is 5 liters, for example. Then the final value becomes 4,995. This should be the calculation. For this calculation purpose, we have used this option. The inventory tab, we have one option called fixed item sizing information. This one we have enabled. And after that, in voucher series configuration, in that we mention the formula mentioned in this configuration tab. You can see the formula L2 minus L1 minus L3. This will be the calculation. Once it is done, if you press the OK button, when the cashier is asking that how much cash is collected, that denominations, that is 500 notes 10 numbers, 200 notes 20 numbers, 100 notes 10 numbers, whatever that might be, you should give the accurate number of notes that you have collected. Basis of that, the cashier will enter those things And after, if the cashier press the enter button over there, the final value it was showing that 9,64,035. This is the total sales done by the name called Arun. Arun will started their duty from morning 6 to 2 p.m. When they started their duty, at that point of time, he said that the total collection is 9,64,035. Cashier is asking that how much UPI is collected. Then they said that 2 lakh rupees UPI is collected. How much will be the card payment? They said that 1 lakh rupees is the card payment. If somebody they are using Petrol card, maybe you know that Petrol card. If anybody they are using Petrol card, then how much is collected? Cash, how much is collected? Sometimes Arun will use the 100 rupees currency for their lunch purpose or something like any other expenses. At that point of time, you can able to specify the employee expense also. Like if the employee expense is here, I can mention in 0 T. Here 985 rupees was used by the Arun. The employee expense is 985. 985 rupees was used by the Arun. That will be comes like this. Time it's 100 rupees, whatever the value used by the Arun, you can enter like this. And after you can save this entry. When we saving this entry, this window will appear, adjustment against order. You just keep on pressing the enter button, it will continue. Then after save the voucher, need some printout. You can keep this report in file. So that purpose you can able to take the printout, shift card printout. It will come like this. You can see the report preview. It is configurable. The report, it contains the employee name, which shift it is, what is the date, UPI collection, card collection, Petrol card collection, cash collection, employee T expense, or whatever the expense they have used. The pump code you can see, pump code Z1, nozzle 1, MPD2, it's a Z2, nozzle 2, MPD2, and opening reading, closing reading, items, sale quantity, unit, everything is printed in this shift card. How much cash they have collected, what will be the denominations, that details also printed here. This should be the shift card. So to here, I think everything is clear. First, we know that in petrol pumps, billing is not takes place. Everything is done by later. So when they are ending their shift, then the cashier will collect the money, then they do the entries. This is the shift close. Then you can do the employee-wise settlement also. So end of the day, the owner is asking that how much cash is collected, card is collected. That details, if you need it, means we have a settlement report like this. You can see the settlement details. For the fuel, much payment is collected. Total sale will be this much. UPI we have collected 1 lakh. Card is 1 lakh. Petrol card is 1 lakh. She is 1,24,672.62. The expense will be 100 in this. And the total cash collected is 1,24,772.62. Sometime any cash is missing. At that point of time, cash collected and total cash, it can't match. Cash collected and total cash column, it can't match. Difference amount, whatever the difference amount is missing, amount value will be comes into this employee expense cash column. In this column, difference value will be shown. All right. So this should be the settlement details report in BC. Thirdly, let me show you these are reports actually. Credit party outstanding. If some that report you can get from here. Any of the B2B customers or anybody have outstandings, that value will be shown here. How much is the amount and what will be the due date? If suppose the logistics companies, they are asking some credit days or something like that, then you can put some credit limit for them, 40 days, 30 days credit limit to them. Then after you can able to send the payment reminder from Busy. 2 days will be shown here. You can see the due date, 30th of 8, 2024 should be the due date. All right. So this is how you can manage your credit party outstanding. Similarly, we can able to see the cash and bank books. You can see by single account of books, that is either cash or card or UPI or whatever that you want. So that report could be visible like this. Now I don't have any value in this section. Let me take this UPI. So UPI also not having. So let me select some bank name by here. So here you can see the bank name, SBI Bank. In this SBI Bank, the cash balance, cash payment received was this much, expense is this much, sale value will be this much, and the cash is this much. This will be the single account books, SBI ledger book. Need multiple column, you can configure the columnar registers. So that columnar register configuration is available in configuration. reports in that cash and bank book. Here you can specify cash. Here you can specify SBI bank. If you need some other ledgers, you can tag it here. Okay, card like UPI card, etc. Within one single reports, we can able to see all the cash and bank book related informations like this. You can see this. So how much is received, how much is paid, each and every detail should be comes into one single report. This is called as cash and bank books. Way you can see you can get the report of closing stocks. This is very much needed report. So tank wise we needed this report. The end of the day you want to know that how much fuel is there in that particular tank. Diesel is how much, petrol is how much. That came to know that by this report. So diesel you can see tank diesel 1,43,509. This much fuel is available, this much liters is available, and even petrol you can see 27,39,008. This much petrol liters, this much liter is available in petrol tank. This is how we can see the stock status. And we can have a DSR that earlier I shown you how to see this daily summary report, DSR report. The DSR report easily you come to know that the opening reading, opening liters and inward quantity, then after how much you sold and what will be the closing quantity. This way you can able to see the DSR report. Even the dashboard is also configurable. Sometimes the owner or the manager, if they're asking more informations quickly, then you can able to tell them using this dashboard configurations. The dashboard will be appear while we log into the company. For example, if I logged into this company, login, for example, cashier login, then this log box will appear. It's saying that my dashboard. If you press yes, then the dashboard will appear. By date wise, you can look into this report. Cash balance is how much, bank balance is how much, date the sale is how much, purchase is how much, purchase, daily payment, closing stock, and everything. Here I want to show you one more thing, that is called how to deposit the money into the bank. Let me show you that. After the collection, there will be some cash, right? So we can't keep the cash in our hand. We directly went to the bank and then deposited. That entry we can able to do it like this. That is called as contra entry. With the bank deposit entry, you should select the bank name here, SBI Bank. How much amount that you have deposited? 1 lakh rupees via cash, right? You should select here not applicable if it is cash, and you should mention the credit ledger, that is cash. You are paying to the bank through cash. Now you have deposited 1 lakh rupees to the bank. This entry will become like this. It's called as contra voucher. Need this voucher in your favorite list, you can easily add it into the favorite list, and you can rename that option bank deposit. How to do these oil billings user, then let me show you the GST configuration as well. So this will be the GST configuration. Okay. Here VAT and GST both it is available. So if I press the shortcut, then it is asking you to switch to GST. Now it is VAT mode. Let me switch to the GST mode. Then after, if you need to post any oil billings, means you can enter the bill like this. Here you should select the lubricant oils. This will be the lubricant oils. The lubricant oil series, that is series. Okay, and select the lubricant oil series. You can give any name, there is not an issue. Select the item, oil 1 liter. And after you can select the godown, in which godown that you the stock to them. 1 bottle if you sold means 1 bottle. The value of the oil is, it means 300 rupees. And then after you can the party mobile number. Enter the party mobile number and type the customer name. Then if you save means, then it is asking you to specify the payments, how you got the money. If you got the money through UPI, then you enter the UPI to 300 rupees. If you got this in via cash, then you specify in cash. Now cash was not enabled. If you need means you can enable, and once it is done you can save this. This will be charged GST. Now I can show you the invoice preview here. So this will be the invoice preview. Here that fuel was charged as a VAT, charging VAT, but now here it is charging GST 9%. This is how GST should be calculated in our items. So this is all about the petrol bunk business management. Easy. There is some best solutions also provided from petrol bunk management, that is sharing of document via email, SMS, WhatsApp. It means we can use this feature. From automatic payment reminder, that is very needed feature. You specify some date, or if you specify some month, or if you specify some timings, then on that point of time the busy can send the payment reminder to the customers through the mail. Time any party having outstanding due bills, pending bills, means you can easily manage those things by busy. User control and tracking is possible. If any users was modifying the invoices, or sometime cashier he was modify the invoices or modify any such informations or something like that, easily we can able to track it using our user activity control feature or audit trail feature. Invoice designing and documents are also configurable. If you need any such changes in your invoice or document, we can able to do that changes. Reports and dashboard also we can configure, that we see on you that how to configure the user dashboard while we opening the busy software, then the dashboard will appear. So that I shown you. And monthly quarterly reports, we can able to see the monthly quarterly reports, different types of reports. In this I can show you some GST reports also. So in the display section, GST reports, you can see the GSTR1, see the GSTR1 report. You can see the GST. This I did one transaction, that is oil item. Oil item is charged GST, so that information will be available in GSTR1. Other way, let me switch to the VAT option by pressing F12. Well, it's a shortcut key. Directly switch to the VAT. VAT, you can see the VAT reports. Instead of GST reports, you are getting VAT reports. If you are belongs to Delhi, then you can see the Delhi VAT reports. The different types of reports are available for the VAT purpose. After you can see some other reports called VAT summary, VAT registers, etc. All right. This will also available in busy. Even we can see the monthly, quarterly reports, different kind of reports. Analysis, if you need, means you can go to the item wise sales analysis, monthly wise sales analysis, or quarterly wise sales analysis. Okay, the sales analysis. Even you can see by graphically also. Graphical analysis is also available. Backup is provided. Directly you can sync your data backup to the Google Drive. It's an automatic process. You just have to install the busy agent utility, then the backup will take place automatically and it will be saved in your Google Drive. Online offline modules are also available. If you want to access your busy data in different location, busy online is available. So in busy online application, the interface and usage, everything is similar like this only, but the data will be saved in cloud. It should be completely cloud. And desktop software, desktop busy software, the data should be stored in the local computer. This is the major difference between busy online and busy desktop. So even you can manage online as well as offline models without internet. If you want to use it, means you can go for the busy desktop. And if you want to access your data with multiple locations, then you can go for the busy online. You can manage multiple branches as well. If you have a busy software with you, then accelerate your station or fuel station business growth. You can simplify your business operations with busy software, and you can save your valuable time, analyze your business with accurate data, make better decision with confidence. This is the last punchline of this webinar. If you have any questions or any such feedbacks related to this segment or this webinar, you just have to call this number. The number will be provided on the screen, 828282. Even you can write the mail to us, support@busy.in. So thank you so much for joining today's webinar. See you next week with new topic.